Hey everyone, today's word of the day is arboreal, which means living in the trees. So today we're going to introduce you to all of our arboreal snakes. First up, we have Riley, the albino Darwin carpet python.
Who actually just bit Emily.
She just bit me before we started filming. Oh, and she just tried again. Riley was very generously given to us by Riley from Riley's Reptiles, which is why we named her what we did. And she was part of his first clutch of albino. You're pooping on me now too! Riley has a bit of an attitude.
Apparently.
We love her so much, though.
And likes to poop on people.
She likes to poop, she likes to bite. And at first she would only eat live rodents, but now she's eating frozen thawed. So you know what? She's getting a little bit better, and she is absolutely stunning.
Yeah, she is. Ew, I just saw a drip go down your wrist.
Yep, I can feel it dripping down. Thanks, Riley. I don't want that to get in my shirt. Okay. Anyway, her mother is like this super bright yellow carpet python, so I'm excited for her to look just like her mom, hopefully.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of time, though, before that happens.
Yeah, she's got a couple years to grow up.
Yeah, what's kind of cool about the carpet pythons is, unlike ball pythons, which have the heat pits on their upper lip, the carpet pythons have heat pits on their lower lip near the back. They have a couple pits on the upper lip as well, but the most noticeable ones, in my opinion, would be this row of heat pits right down here. It almost looks like a ventilation system.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
They take air in through their nose and shoot it out through their bottom lip.
Yeah, exactly.
Cools down their brain.
That must be how it works.
Yeah.
That's why they're so hot-headed.
Oh, we figured it out.
Yeah!
But they should be the coolest headed of all of them.
Oh, you
so
would
that ventilation
think.
doesn't work very well.
It does not. It's not very efficient ventilation. Maybe it's because it doesn't ventilate. It sees heat instead.
It creates heat and makes them hot-headed.
Oh my gosh, yes. Anyway, Riley here is our very first arboreal snake of the day, and we're gonna move on to our next friend.
So we came over from the snake house to the shop to continue filming, but we had to make a pit stop because apparently Emily got hungry.
Well, okay. So McDonald's has the Pokemon card thing.
Yep.
I'm gonna collect.
How many cards do you have?
7 out of the 15.
Okay, so you're over half. No, I think you have 8 because you were over halfway.
Okay, yeah, maybe I have 8. I'll have to look. All right, so I'm going to take.
We're doing a card opening in this one.
Yeah. I really want Rayquaza, which is this Pokemon.
Yes.
So we'll see. We've got. Oh my gosh, Rayquaza!
Oh
yes!
wow, that was really convenient.
That was. I swear, I did not. No,
yeah,
you saw me open it.
saw
Yeah.
him.
Oh my gosh, Rayquaza! Sweet, I have it. Okay, so I have 9 of the 15. What else have we got? Eevee. Okay, I already have.
one.
Yep. Quagsire, have that one already.
Okay.
And another Dragonite.
Dragonite.
Sweet, this one's worth the most out of all of them.
The most expensive of them all.
Got 2 of them now.
Yeah, and you got a Rayquaza now.
Yes, that was a good pull.
That was.
Okay, McDonald's is done.
Yep.
We got some good cards. Now, back to arboreal snakes.
Back to snakes.
Yes, this.
Oh, she shed.
Oh, wow, she did.
Aww.
Oh, I bet Kaya left it in here because that's actually a really cool piece to leave for educational stuff.
Yeah, it is.
So we are in our classroom, actually. This is where we
There's
do...
the mural.
Yeah,
And
as you all
we're-
know. We just had a bunch of parties in here today, actually. This is Hot Dog Princess. She is a carpet python. She's up there in age. We don't know her exact age, but she was surrendered to our rescue, and she's just such a big girl, a great eater. She loves to stretch out. We weren't sure how we were going to be able to find a home that offered her enough space to climb and stretch. So we happened to have this open. Dewey, our Doomworlds monitor, was in here. We moved her to the zoo, and Hot Dog Princess in here.
Exactly. It was funny. The other day I was working over there because I don't have a desk anymore because my desk went to Emily and Emily's desk went to Nick.
Yep.
So I was working in here and all of a sudden I hear doo 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 doo.
Yeah.
And I looked over and she fell into the water and was just swimming around in the water.
Yeah.
So she made her way back up though. She's just as happy as can be.
Yeah, she loves climbing. She loves exploring.
She's a big girl.
She
too.
is. That's why we weren't sure how we were going to get her an environment
pull it
big
all the way
enough.
out?
Oh, yeah.
Like to show people how big she actually is.
Yeah, she's probably about 5 feet.
Yeah.
Maybe actually probably about 5.
5.5.
Yeah, but she's
big girl.
fully grown, and we're just like, you know what? With her size and her age, she deserves to have a mansion. So we decided to just keep her ourselves, and now she lives in this ginormous paludarium.
She is all over it all the time.
Yeah, she loves to climb around. She's actually pretty handleable too, as you can see. She's a great little great big carpet python.
Yeah.
And she has been a fun little bonus snake for kids and birthday parties to be able to find.
Carpets are definitely one of those that I think are underrated.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. They get a bad rap for being aggressive.
Nippy.
Yeah, they just really like food, I
They're
think.
like womas. Womas are
Yeah.
great if you handle them a lot.
Yep.
They are a little bit nippy sometimes, but if you push through that as a
Yeah.
baby,
Yep.
they turn out to be really good snakes.
Yeah, she's a wonderful snake. So, yeah, again, this is Hot Dog Princess, the coastal carpet python.
Well, you know, technically, the mangrove snakes, look, she's already up there. They're arboreal.
Yeah, but we just featured them in our venomous snakes video.
Oh, yeah.
So they are arboreal, but you recently learned about those. And if not, if you missed the video, we'll put a link to it in the description below.
Yeah.
You can learn about our mangrove snakes.
Again.
Yeah, again, exactly. Instead, we're going to focus on the Vietnamese Blue Beauty rat snakes. These, I don't think, are classified as arboreal, but in our eyes, they're arboreal because they
Yeah.
climb all the time.
Ask anyone who watches the Twitch stream, which is functioned right up there.
Oh, yeah.
You see a ton of movements where they're constantly arboreal.
They're out and about. They're climbing around all the time.
And of course, they're all under
all
a cage.
3 of them are ready for bed. Come here, guys. I need all 3 of you. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, that's
We
so
have-
much BBB.
3 Vietnamese Blue Beauty rat snakes, and they are a sassy species. Defensive, I guess you could say.
Well, sassy.
Yeah, they can be.
Nobody's bitey.
This is our breeding trio. We have a male and 2 females here, and we get a clutch from each of the females every year. So we usually are up to our ears in baby Blue Beauties.
Sure, we have another trio at the snake breeding.
Yeah, we had 4 clutches last year. But they are a beautiful species of snake. They go through an autogenetic color change from kind of an olive green to more of a blue. Of course, looks like these guys are in shed. They must have synced up.
Yeah.
This one isn't in shed. You can kind of see the blue maybe on camera.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like a grayish, like a
A
tealy
slate
blue.
gray
Yes,
blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they consider blue in the
Yeah.
reptile world.
That one is not. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. I saw, oh, you stole my scissors.
Oh.
Now we have a weapon.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh oh. At least it's not a knife.
Yeah, right. All right. Well,
I'm
these.
just gonna take these from you.
That's probably smart. We got our original pair from Craigslist, actually.
Which is our pair?
The one that doesn't
That's
have.
the female. That's. Wait.
That's, I think, the one that has an underbite or like a bulldog face
not
is the
her.
new one. I think that is the new one.
Is it? You have no. You're a good-looking one.
Okay, so I think the one here to my right is the new one because she
Okay.
kind of has that underbite.
Oh, yep, that's her.
Yeah, so she was surrendered to. No, we bought her, I think,
Yes.
as an adult to add to
Bought
the
her,
trio.
And then this was our original pair. This.
Yep, that one is our female, our original
Okay.
female, and she is very happy right
Yeah,
now.
look at her. She's super happy.
And this is our original male. We got them when they were about 3
Hi.
feet long, and they were being kept in 5-gallon tanks. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
and picked up the pair here from Craigslist. I don't remember what we paid for them, but they have grown huge since
Yeah.
then. And they've been breeding for 3-4 years in a row now.
Okay, she's doing my favorite thing about the old world rat snakes.
I love this.
Whereas, like up top, she's really skinny, but she's stretching. Oh, hi. She's stretching out vertically instead of squashing herself.
Isn't that cool?
That's one of my favorite things about old world rat snakes.
Yes, and they also, instead of buzzing their tail, they waggle their tail
Yeah.
when they're threatened.
I want to know why.
I have no idea. What's the purpose? So what's the benefit of waggling versus buzzing?
Don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
That
But
one's exploring.
oh, you are climbing around. Look at that. But anyway, there you go. Vietnamese Blue Beauty rat snakes. If you are looking for an intermediate species of snake,
Yeah.
I highly recommend them. They're out and about and visible. They're a great display species.
Yeah, they are. They're known for being a little sassy,
Yeah.
a little bit defensive.
Little bit.
However, our babies, we've gotten like reports about from like 10 different babies
Yeah.
that they're not sassy at all.
Oh, right. Yeah, their babies are actually really friendly. It's
Yeah.
just the adults that have some tood.
Yeah, like that one who's
Yeah.
looking at you now.
That's great. That's great. Our original pair is named Romeo and Juliet, and our new female, we still have yet to come up with a name that fits the theme.
Man, Juliet is such a pain.
Yeah, she is. She has all eyes on the camera right now.
She is all tudinal.
Thank you for being
We're
part of the
sorry
video.
we took you out.
Yeah. That is an intimidating look. Wow. Look at that mouth.
Alright, well, we could stay here all night with the VBBs. Who's next?
He's so cute. Next is the Cook's Boa.
Alright.
Cook's Boa? Who
Is he out?
hasn't had a name this entire time. Where are you?
Oh, I think he's back over here.
Oh, yep, totally.
We've had him for a long time,
We
too.
have, since our zoo opened, and nobody really knows he exists.
Yeah, we got him from Vegas.
Yes, we did. Somebody in Las Vegas was rehoming, very nice person. She was rehoming a green tree python named Peppertail, who was in our zoo, or we had her for a little bit, but then she had a respiratory issue.
That's right.
But she was notorious for having them. It wasn't Nido. Turns out it was just a weak immune system, so don't have the green tree. Anyway, we do still have the Cook's boa, though. This is a pretty unusual species. They're very arboreal. They're very Amazon tree boa-esque.
Yep.
He's often overlooked because he's just a basic brown color, but I don't think we've ever even named him. However, when we were in Vegas and we picked him up, we needed a place to stay in Vegas, and it was 2020. So our goal was to stay in all of the hotels or all the resorts along the strip. So the night after we got him, we were due to stay at the MGM Grand, which meant we had to sneak him into the MGM
Yeah,
Grand.
we totally walked through like the center area of the hotel.
We walked straight through the lobby with him in a bin, just covered with a
green tree
sweatshirt.
python and something else. I remember we got something else.
I think it was just the two.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure it was
I thought
just
there was
the
a
two.
bigger bin, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think it was just these two, but we totally snuck through the MGM Grand with two snakes under a sweatshirt.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's been with us ever since.
Yeah.
Really.
He's just kinda there.
Yeah. He only eats if you leave his food in overnight.
Oh yeah.
He's too shy to eat in front of guests in the zoo.
Regularly, as far as that goes.
And he's actually grown quite a bit with us
Yes.
too. He was about 3 feet when we first got him.
We weren't gonna get him, remember?
No, we went just for the green tree python.
Yep. And then she had it, and we were like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't need another we don't need another weird arboreal species.
Yeah, and then finally we're like, well, if you need to rehome him, sure, we can make room in our future zoo for him. And he's been great.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. So
He's usually out during the day getting sun, but then he tucks away like in the afternoon.
Yep.
And then he comes back out at night.
He's so pretty.
Yeah.
If you come to our zoo, definitely give some love to the Cook's boa because no one ever gives him any attention.
Also, we need a name for him.
We
Because
also
a lot
do
of
need
them
a
have
name.
names. Like down here, we got Ember and Phoenix. His is not got a name on it.
No.
Nobody loves him.
He's just Cook's boa.
Yeah, even Hypno has a name. Also, if you come to the zoo, that's exactly where he sits 90% of the time, right there.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Next would be, do we want to do our other carpet python or...
Let's do Green Tree.
Okay. This is Kronk.
Yeah.
My spinach puffs.
Kronk is our only captive bred green tree python.
We need an Yzma.
We had an Yzma.
That's true.
She was a farm bred one, and she laid
No.
egg.
We never had an Yzma.
I'm pretty sure we had an
We had a
Yzma.
Cruella.
We had a Cruella and Yzma.
I don't remember an Yzma.
It's a Disney villain theme for our green tree
Yeah.
pythons. So we've had a few. I think we had up to 4 in here at one point. The 3 females all had unfortunate stories. Well, 2 of them were farm bred, and they just passed away unexpectedly.
Yep.
Got them necropsied, and it was just failure to thrive long term or something
Yep.
like that. And the 3rd, Lucy, our other sarong, he's a sarong, that's why he has these beautiful blues on him. We had a female named Lucy who we paired him to. She was gravid and she laid eggs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she laid eggs, but she dropped them onto the floor and then she crashed afterwards and passed
Yep.
away. So it was a complication with breeding. So we've gotten eggs from them, but we've been too nervous to get more females because we fear it might just happen again. So we've just had Kronk in this enclosure
I
for
just
a
have
while.
to find a good
good
Green Tree
breeder.
Python breeder. And
Yes.
just bite the bullet.
Because all of the other ones we've had are all farm bred. So
Yeah.
it goes to show.
He's the only captive U.S. bred green tree we had. And he's doing great. Look at
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
him. He's just sitting there. He's not the brightest snake.
He's dumb as rocks, yeah.
He,
but
he likes to bite things and hold on to them, and then like he's gonna kill them, and
Yeah.
then it's like a paper towel. So
but still, you get what you pay for.
it's true.
We paid a lot for this dude,
Yeah,
and he's doing great.
He's a good boy.
So if you're gonna get a green tree python, definitely get a captive bred one is our recommendation.
Yeah, I love how they sit.
Well, we were trying to get bee footage of Kronk, and he just kept wanting to eat the camera.
Yeah.
So we have a mouse. Had to be culled anyway. So,
Yeah.
buddy,
Are you hungry?
do you
We
want,
know you are.
Do you want a mousy treat? Oh, smell it.
This is where his one brain
Oh!
cell doesn't work very well.
Yeah, really. He figured it out.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy. All right, moving on.
Rex, this video is not about you, even though you're being really cute.
Isn't she?
Yeah.
Aw. Her new thing, which you'll probably see this if you come into the zoo, is she sits behind her glass and she doesn't move to the point where kids think she's fake. So they come right up here and then she snaps at them and scares them. It's like, really, Rex? That's
Yeah.
your new habit?
I mean, she's got to entertain herself some way.
Oh, she's totally entertaining
Oh,
herself.
yeah.
back to arboreal snakes. We keep getting distracted. Anyway, this is Luca. Luca is our unknown lineage carpet python. We think he's coastal with maybe some jungle influence, but we don't know for sure. We don't know his lineage, but and that's because he has kind of a sad story. Buddy, no, I'm not feeding you.
He's very hungry.
He really likes food. No, you're not eating right now. Come here, buddy.
He doesn't get handled very often.
No, not a whole lot.
Mainly because he's a huge pain to try and get out of the enclosure, apparently.
Come on. There we go! We've got Luca! Luca here is a beautiful carpet python, but he has a pretty sad story. Or she. I think this is a female. I think we probed her.
Yeah,
and I think she's
so.
actually a girl. I just keep referring to her as a boy. Anyway, Luca was owned by somebody we knew personally who broke up with his girlfriend, moved away unexpectedly, and left his snakes in the basement. And after about 3 months, I think it was,
Something like that.
he let her know that there were his snakes still in the basement. So she called us, and we rushed over to see, are these snakes still alive? How are they doing? She had been giving them water in the meantime after she found them. So they had water. But when we got over there, we, took what we could, including kind of the worst cases, which included Luca, who was in just a bin on the floor with nothing in it except for a bowl of water.
Yeah.
So Luca here was so skinny, like the spine stuck out a good 1/4 inch or so. Like you could visibly see the spine all the way down. Yeah, the pyramiding, it stuck out.
Don't worry though. She fought through that.
Oh, yeah, she sure did. After an 1.5-hour drive home with her, we offered her a rat and she instantly took it.
And she has instantly taken every meal since.
She has not refused a meal since. She has overcome the starvation that she once had to endure. And that's why we decided, you know what, we're going to spoil her with a really nice enclosure in the zoo. Unfortunately, nobody ever looks at her because Rex is right there.
Yeah, it's true.
So-
Rex steals the spotlight.
We have scavenger hunts in the zoo that make kids, walk around and fill in the blanks based on the informational signs. And the question I'm asked the most when kids need help and they have that one, they're like, where is the carpet python? Because the question is, how many lungs do carpet pythons have? Which I'm not going to tell you because you'll have to do the scavenger hunt and read the sign. But I always have to tell them, go to Rex and turn around. And then you'll find your answer.
You'll see Luca.
Luca, I love you so much. Here you go. You can go back in.
Luca is the animal in the zoo that surprised me the most.
Oh, yeah.
Most people keep carpet pythons in a terrestrial setup.
Yeah, horizontally oriented.
Very horizontally oriented with a few climbing opportunities.
Yep.
And I thought Luca will never spend any time up in these branches. Luca will always be on the ground. And because that's just what it seemed like most people kept him.
Right.
Luca is never on the ground.
Oh, always suspended.
Always up on the trees.
A great display animal and awesome to interact with because she begs for food all the time. So she's really a nice snake, nice enclosure, one of my favorite exhibits in the zoo. But again, nobody really notices that she's in here.
Because of her.
Because of you stealing the spotlight.
And around the corner over here is our second to last animal, because we have to run back to the snake house to do the final one.
Yep. We have one that you will also recognize from a previous video. If I can unlock the thing. Hi! Oh, you're awake! Hello, you're right there!
Good luck getting him out.
Let's see how this goes. Hi, friend!
I mean, it's little enough. He's not going to bite you too hard.
Yeah, he can't do much damage. Hi! Aw! This is a new addition to our zoo. This is our very first Bredl's python.
He is gorgeous.
Yes!
He.
We haven't sexed it yet, but Bredl's pythons are essentially a species of carpet python, but they are different enough genetically that we typically refer to them as Bredl's pythons instead of carpet pythons. Yep. But they have some unique spots down their back and a unique facial stamp on their head, and some nice zebra striping down their sides.
The red is fantastic.
Yes, I love their colors and their pattern.
Hi.
They're very curious. This one doesn't have a name yet, but it unfortunately has kind of a sad story.
Why do all of our snakes have sad stories?
Because those are the ones we want to keep and spoil in our zoo and have nice big enclosures, I guess. But this little dude or dudette, I don't really know, unfortunately was part of that confiscation video that came out not too long ago. Thankfully, this one wasn't too worse for wear. It was still a pretty good weight, and it ate really well.
I think this one was a fairly new acquisition. position.
It must have been.
It's still small now.
It's still young, yeah, and
Yeah.
it has grown in our care, but it's doing really well. If you want to see its origin story, that video didn't come out too long ago. Maybe
You
we'll
can
put
link
a
it in the description.
Yeah, we'll put a link to that too. It's kind of a heartbreaker, unfortunately,
Yeah.
but it's still important to know, I think, where all these snakes came from. So feel free to give it a watch.
I love the red that goes down into black down by the top.
Oh, isn't that pretty?
Yeah, and how like all the scales down here are like outlined in black.
I love that. It reminds me of a black milk snake with that
can see
outlining.
that.
Yeah. So this friend is usually most active at night, and you'll see him curled up on one of his ledges during the day, but you can usually see him in the enclosure during the day. He's just asleep.
Yeah.
You're very active, very friendly. I want to keep it that way, so we're
Yes.
holding him a lot. And this is a somewhat unusual species to see in a, well, rescue first off, but kind of a zoo, which is why we decided to keep him and just teach people about the
Yeah.
species.
Well, I mean, they're an Australian species, and you can't import things from Australia.
Right, so we know he's captive bred.
That's true.
Yeah, and he, very healthy, no blemishes. That's also a sign, or a couple signs of captive bred, but just the species alone. We know he wasn't wild caught.
Yeah.
All right, buddy, you want to head back in? Here you go. We tried to offer a lot of climbing opportunities for him since he is arboreal. He, however, seems to just prefer the ledges.
Yeah,
So,
that's all right.
yeah, to each their own.
Yep. All right, should we head over to Snake House?
Yeah, we have a couple. We have 2 more snakes to show you at Snake House. And last but not least, we have our beautiful pair of emerald tree boas. The female is in the front, the male is in the back. These two are asleep currently, so they're tucked in, but they should be waking up soon because it's 6:45.
It's dark outside.
It is, so pretty soon they'll be waking up and they move all around their enclosure. At night, we usually see them hanging kind of partially from a branch with their head out.
Yeah, looking for rodents down there.
Yeah, they love to hang from this branch right here and the branch right here. And they're just hoping that food happens to skitter by.
Yeah.
And obviously we feed them at night because of that behavior. But we got this pair from a friend of ours, and they were picky eaters for us at first, but they just needed some time to settle in. And as you can see, the plants have definitely taken over their entire enclosure.
It was pretty bare at one time, and
Yeah.
now it's exploded. The
We've got-
pothos back there.
We've got some bromeliads in here. We
Yep.
have wandering dude everywhere.
Yeah.
It all started as trimmings from our zoo enclosures. I don't know what this
Yeah,
is.
that's a really cool plant.
Yeah.
If anybody knows what that one is,
That
you
one
can put it
just
in the comments.
recently started growing.
I think
We're
it was a
trying to
random plant that Alex found, and he's like, let's just put it in there.
plant it and see what happens. Yeah, I didn't even know that wandering dude could get this tall. It's like 4 feet tall.
And we've had to trim it.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
it's been-
hitting the top.
Yeah, it was like exploding over the top. so
Crazy,
we
but
trimmed it way down.
the emeralds seem to like all the foliage.
Yeah.
They are out and about, they shed, and I'm hoping that someday they may even decide to breed for us.
Yeah, we thought she might have been gravid, but
She wasn't.
was just fat.
Just fat.
She
But
pooped and she wasn't gravid anymore.
they're a live-bearing species, so if she does decide to breed, we will just have babies in here one day.
Yeah.
And just like green tree pythons, babies are like orange and red in coloration, and then they turn green as they age. So that'd be so cool if we just came in to see babies. But those are all of our arboreal snakes here at Snake Discovery. We don't have a ton of them. I mean, I work mostly with colubrids, and Ed's more of a python guy. And I don't know, neither of us have really dipped our toes into arboreals that much. But
Yeah,
we do
like
have
green trees.
Yep, you like green trees. That's true. That's your favorite species of
Yeah,
snake.
we don't
Huh.
have very many green trees anymore
No.
because we got a bunch of old females.
Yeah, yeah, and the farm-bred ones, and they just didn't thrive.
Yeah.
But we have Kronk, and he's beautiful.
We have to get a couple females for Kronk
Yes,
just
be
to raise
cool
up
to
and
breed them.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
So let us know in the comments who your favorite animal from today's video was. I'm curious to see who everybody's favorite is. My favorite is probably Luca the carpet python, just because of his story. Her, haven't probed. I think
My
it's a female.
favorite is the Darwin carpet python.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not Kronk, your green tree?
Ooh, I forgot about him.
It's a tie between those
It's
two?
probably a tie.
Okay.
I've had Kronk for so long, but I forgot that we got Riley.
Yeah, and
Now
Riley's
that-
so
yeah.
pretty.
We need an albino green tree python.
Oh my gosh, that'd be cool. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Patreon backers, as always. And thanks for learning about arboreal snakes.
Yeah.
We'll see you next
We'll
time.
go out on these, not as good as green tree python boas, but they're all right.
Did you say green tree python boas?
Emily,
Yeah.
Dewey's making she's trying to prove that she's arboreal too.
Oh, is she trying to get out again?
Yeah,
Is she on the door?
yeah.
Yeah.
She's making a good case that she's arboreal and she wants to be in this video.
Woo!